All right, what's up, Reject Nation? Nick here. Nah, I'm just joking around. Welcome to the final reaction, and I am ready to check out the second trailer for Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, I believe it's called. I'm not going to lie, The Legend of the Ten Rings, I don't know too much about this, very little. I don't even remember a lot about the first trailer besides it looked really cool. It had some action in it, and it was about rings or something like that. Maybe not even rings, maybe that was an organization. I know very little about this. If you're new to the final reaction, I am a huge fan of movies, superhero films, DC, MCU. I've seen them all, of the MCU and the DCU and the DC films as well. So I'm a huge fan, excited that we're going to be getting a whole lot of MCU films post the peak of COVID being behind us now, hopefully and thankfully. And this is a film, like I said, I know very little about. I see here that it first entered in development in 2001. So, I mean, 18, 19, 20 years, it's a long time before they got to it in 2018. The director is Destin Daniel Cretton, and it's a screenplay by him and David Callahan, Andrew Lanham. And it stars Simu Liu. And all it says in the premise, because of course they don't want to give us too many of the spoilers. All it says is when Shang-Chi is drawn into the clandestine Ten Rings organization, he is forced to confront the past he thought he left behind. Not going to lie, right off the bat, that makes me think of Bruce Wayne from Batman Begins, but League of Shadows and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, but I saw that a new trailer dropped. It was actually the Real Rejects channel I'm a huge fan of. I saw their thumbnail. Like, oh, the new trailer dropped. Let me get a video out to the final reaction, and hopefully, eventually, you will always come to the final reaction to get that final reaction for a trailer you're excited about. And if you like what you see here, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, but definitely go ahead and subscribe, especially if you've seen my videos, our videos before. Would really appreciate that. But without wasting any time, let me see if I can learn a little more about this. Here we go.
Throughout my
Five
life,
rings there.
the 10 rings gave our family power.
Oh, wow.
If you want them to be yours one day, you have to show me you are strong enough to carry them.
That's a lot to put on a kid.
You are a product of all who came
So,
before.
yeah.
The legacy of your family. You are your mother. And whether you like it or not, you are also your father.
So he has an issue with that. Okay, that was a lot of pressure to put on him. Oh, wow.
I told my men they wouldn't be able to kill you if they tried.
Oh, snap. Exploding knives?
Glad I was right.
You're just a criminal who murders people.
Oh.
Be careful how you speak to me, boy.
Airbending? Oh!
I thought I could change my name. Start a new life.
Oh, that's cool.
But I could never escape his shadow.
What? What? Is that a lion?
My son, you can't run from your past.
Oh. Awukin.
Is this what you wanted?
You got this.
Aquafina's in this?
Thank you.
You know, oddly enough, that does not seem like it takes place in the MCU universe, in that world that's been created by the other MCU films. And I mean, we know it is. It's an official MCU film, but it doesn't look like it takes place in that world. I'm not just talking about the fact that it seems like most of this movie takes place either in Asia or something like that, but it just doesn't have that feel. And maybe it's because we're so used to, and I'm sure it'll be in there, but cameos from different members of the Marvel Universe. But if I think about it, what else some of the other origin films, did they have any Now, Black Panther, he showed up in Civil War, so that's kind of not fair. Doctor Strange, were there other characters that showed up in that film at all? I don't think there was. So it looks cool. I like the trailer. I like the music in the trailer. I like the action. Those rings coming off, I mean, they have so much power. I'm so curious on, I mean, is it like a Green Lantern thing where it chooses its human to only react to and only listen to, and how it knows to go back to this person's arms? How did he get some of himself, some of the rings at the end there? It's also very interesting that they're tackling this plot line of him versus his father, right? A lot of times you'll see a very common conflict of man versus self, and then also another conflict of man versus man. And sometimes when you're thinking about the son either battling his father or trying to prove something to the father or something where there's, daddy issues, if you will, that's almost like a combination of man versus man and man versus self. Because you see yourself in your dad sees himself in you, and vice versa. And so that's an interesting plot point. It can get a little dark because it's son versus father. And you can see the father was trying to be welcoming, and then when he talked back to him, he says, "Watch it, boy," trying to put him in his place. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic. I'm excited to see that. Michelle Yeoh looks like she's super awesome in this. And, I mean, this guy comes from a powerful family. So, I mean, I'm excited for it. I still don't know too much about it. Is the organization, the Ten Rings, is that kind of like a criminal organization? I don't know. The question is, what do you guys think about this trailer? What can you tell me about this film coming out? Thank you so much for checking out this reaction. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out. And until next time, adios.